Well, hi guys. I don't feel like getting ready today. But I have to. Guys, so welcome to my first of many tutorials. Today I'm just doing a quick makeup look. What you're watching right now is just me cleansing my face. I always use a Beekman face wipe first, and then I go in with an astringent pad. These ones are from Thayer's. They're Natural Remedies Skin Irritation Relief Pads with witch hazel, and there's aloe vera in them. Then I moved on to my moisturizer. So lately, probably for the past year or two, I've been using Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It's got a lot of slippage. It's not like a thick pasty lotion. It's watery. It's nice. And it really, I work it up my neck and I just move it around. And I'm just talking trash. We're watching music videos, so. So yeah, it's a really great lotion to use. I highly recommend it. And right here, I'm just applying my NARS Radiant Primer, also mixed in with my Hangover. I got the Hangover from Marshall's, actually. I like to mix the two because the Radiant Primer, sometimes it's just a little too shimmery, so I like to dilute it a little bit, especially when I mix it with my foundation that I'm using for the day. So these kind of looks I do on days where I don't really have a lot to do, but I just want something on my face. It doesn't take as long. There's not a lot of blending, and it's easy to get off at night. So here I'm using the NARS Tinted Moisturizer, and I'm using it in the color Alaska. This one is not the matte formula. It is the Radiant formula, I believe. There's only two. So I got this out when we were out in LA last year, and I just love it. For a tinted moisturizer, it has a decent amount of coverage. So it's nice because a lot of them don't, they just have a very sheer coverage, where this has a little bit more, but I still go over with concealer. I always like to blend it down my neck. Obviously, I think if I had a spray tan, this probably wouldn't match me so well. Oh, the dreaded hair. There's nothing worse than when this happens. When I was blonde, oh my God, this is the worst because then you have an orange streak in your hair from your foundation. Horrible. But yeah, I like to just really blend this out, put it over my eyelids, and then I'll go over the areas I want more coverage with concealer. The sponge I'm using is from Real Techniques. I get them at Marshall's or TJ Maxx usually on sale, so I love them. They last a long time, and I just really like the texture of the sponge. I'm mixing two concealers in this look. So the first one, this one's from Too Faced. It's a Born This Way. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan of it. So I use it on lighter coverage days. It has no coverage compared to Tarte, Shape Tape, or even this L'Oreal one that I'm about to use next has a lot of coverage. So I would say that's a pretty decent dupe for something like Shape Tape. I'll list below. You'll see what the name of it is. It's a newer one. I saw Holly Boone use it, and the shade's just a little too light, so that's really why I'm mixing the Born This Way as well, because I know it's really just going to give me a little bit of pigment, not too much, because like I said, it's not super full coverage. Yeah, so I'm just blending this out. I generally go down my nose. I make a little exclamation point, and make little triangles, depending on what kind of coverage I want, around under my eyes. And again, I take that and put the excess over my eyelid as well, just to kind of use it as a primer. I don't really think it's so necessary to use an actual eyelid primer. That's just me. And now I'm setting with Airspun powder. I do like this powder a lot when you're balling on a budget. I have it in Naturally Neutral. I think I got it at Walmart. Maybe $7. They used to be $4 or $5, but I guess people caught on. But it's just a nice powder to have. It doesn't cause flashback or anything. It does smell like baby powder, but it does set pretty decent. And I just got a brand new Anastasia Dip Brow. So you're going to see the struggles I have with that in this video. I purposely left them in there because everyone thinks that when you do makeup, you don't jack things up once in a while, and let me just tell you, the newer Anastasia, the new jar of it, is a lot more silky, and the consistency is just way smoother. So I had to actually go back in, which you'll see later, with an older one because it it was a hot mess express. It looks so bad. You're going to see it in a minute how freaking terrible it was. So, I don't know, but I really love Dip Brow because it stays on all day long. So that is a super duper plus. Little bit of a bitch to get off, but it really does give me an entire brand new brow and it doesn't move. So I really love that about Dip Brow. The brush that I'm using is just a small MAC brush. Honestly, the numbers are worn off, but what you really just need is a very small angled brush. I usually dip into the Anastasia palette and just wipe a little bit off, and that tends to work for me. So the key with Anastasia is less is more. Next, I'm going in with the KKW Beauty palette. It's one of her original palettes. It has all neutrals in it. So I went in with the mustardy shade. I think it's the second from the left if you open it up and look at it. And I'm just using that as a transition shade, really. I'm not going to go crazy with eyeshadow today because this is like a, get out the door kind of quick look. But I want to make sure that I have something going on. So that next shade, and my fingers are so horrible. I'm getting them done tomorrow and I cannot wait. So hard to find good nail techs, I swear. This shade's just a little bit darker. So this would even be like a good contour shade for people that are a little bit more on the fair side and don't like a heavy contour. But it's really nice also just to give you a little bit more depth in your eyes. So I work that all over my lid and then work it into my crease. Honestly, this, as you see, like some of my makeup looks are a lot cleaner than this, but this is a pretty quick look. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be blended. So that's really what I focus on more than anything, is just really blending it out. So it almost just has that like tint there. I'm working that darker color right under my eyes as well. And I always go back into the corner like that. It's just something I have, I don't know, but it makes the corner, like the crease area, your outer V, if you will, a little bit darker. So it just gives you a little bit more depth. I'm just concentrating more product there when I do that. And then I went over actually and dipped the fluffier brush back in to that same dark color and kind of just went over everything. Now I'm just buffing off all the powder, the Airspun powder that I put on before. So I do that before I start to contour. I have a few different things I contour with. This one I wanted to try today. I got it from Marshall's for like $5 around Christmas. So it's the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I was smelling it because it smells like chocolate. But yeah, I'm just working that in. I use Anastasia powder in Saddle most days. It's just a little bit deeper and I really like the finish of it and I like the blendability. I also just picked up some new products. So my next video, we're going to be going over that. And right in my nose, I always just pinch the brush so that it's nice and narrow and work that in there. And I also contour around my lips because, who doesn't like big lips? This is just a mineralized blush from MAC. It has the mineralized aspect of it. I'm not going to lie, I don't even know if they make it anymore, but the name of it will be down below. But that just has like a nice sheen to it. So I don't know if you guys have noticed by now, but most days I go in for, this is just the destruction of my eyebrows. So I'm going to just chat a little bit over this. But most days I go for a very matte look because by the end of the day, after I have a blow dryer on my face all day, when I'm like working all day, my face kind of starts to melt a little bit. And it's no discredit to any foundations or anything like that. It's sincerely, look how bad that is. Oh God. It's sincerely because I have heat in my face. So it tends to make me a little bit dewier anyway. So day to day, I don't really go super dewy. But when I know that I'm just running around, it's like my opportunity to kind of just it feels more casual to me, the dewiness. So the problem here is that I went back in right here with the brand new Anastasia. So I went in and I had to do this and it jacked up again because it's just so liquidy and slippery that it just doesn't work. So here's the series of my eye rolls are coming up. I left this stuff in here for you guys because I just really feel like with me not talking through it, you're not getting the full essence of how aggravated I was. But this happens to makeup artists. Like this happens to everybody. So I walked away from this for a minute and I said, whatever, I'll come back to it. That's what I do when I'm like over focusing on something. I'm just like, nope, we'll come back. So I went in with my highlighter. This is from ColourPop. It has like a really nice bling to it. So I just like to contour and highlight all over my body. So I went ham with the highlighter. This is my go-to lip liner. So I love a darker lip liner with a lighter lip. It's just a thing for me. I just love the way it looks. I like the finish of it. It's got like a little bit of a 90s grunge vibe, but I feel like for me, when I don't line my lips with something darker and I just put a nude on, I just don't like the finish. I don't like, I don't know, I feel like it washes me out too much. So I feel like with just a little bit of a darker lip liner and then I layer any kind of liquid lip over it, I generally stick to the Kylie and Chloe collabs or just Kylie Cosmetics because they last like all day for me, at least the nudes. This one was in Chloe Money, so I use all different ones. I have like Chloe Money. I love Bunny, which has like a little bit of a mauve to it. Bear is really pretty. There's so many different ones, so it kind of just depends on what mood I'm in, really. If I want a little bit more of a pinky nude or more of like a nude or a taupey nude. I mean, girls, you know there's nudes all over the place, so everybody makes nudes here. Here it is. It's just, let's all take a moment for how aggravated I am. I slowed that down because I just felt like it was necessary for you guys to see how pissed off I was. And then I'm like, oh, hey, here we are. My eyebrows are not working for me today. I think I need the old one. So I went back in with the old one. And I was like, all right, this will work. So the reason why the old one's working is because it's a lot cakier. So it's holding up better. And where I put it, it's staying. So that's mainly why that worked. Not because of any technique or any reason. So it's just really because it's older and it's dried out. Next, I went in with mascara. So, okay. I bought the NARS mascara. It's a red tube. I don't have it directly in front of me right now. And I really don't want to shuffle through things because you guys are going to hear it. But it was, I don't know, it was a red one from NARS. And let me just tell you that the movement of it is horrible. Like, I had black bags under my eyes pretty much every day after work. This is just that same highlighter from ColourPop. I had like bags under my eyes every day after work from it just smudging and smearing and melting from the blow dryer, obviously. And I don't like using a waterproof one because it's a pain in the ass to get off. This is just a clear gloss from TG that has like a little bit of iridescence in it. And very, very tacky. So this, I've never used the Urban Decay Perversion, but I really like it so far. I think it gives me like, a decent amount of lift in there, and I like the way it looks. This is pretty much my whole makeup look. I did use Morphe setting spray. Not a fan of the Jeffree Star one because I don't like the smell, but I'm sure I would like it otherwise because I love him. My hair is like what day was this? No, maybe my hair was only like 2 or 3 days dirty, but I just wanted it up. So bedroom hair is like kind of it's like a spray volumizing powder, but it smells really good. So that's what I popped in there. And that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching and look out for the next one.